Hi, my name is Sarah Marsh, and today I would like to talk to you about why we should be continuing to fund music education programs in our school. How many of you have ever taken a music class in school, or maybe you were a member of the band or the choir in your school? I'm going to guess that the majority of us have, for one, taken a music class, and I'm going to guess that a good amount of us have either been in our school's band or high school choir at some point in our lives. But did you know that when schools face budget cuts, the music education program is one of the first programs that they think on cutting? And when I was in high school, I was a member of our high school choir for all 4 years of my high school experience, and I know our choir, for one, we faced many budget issues. But say you're not involved in the choir or band or even just the music program in general at your school, you may have a harder time envisioning why I'm even concerned about keeping music education in our schools. Imagine this. Imagine that your favorite extracurricular activity was going to be defunded or cut, and this extracurricular activity can be anything ranging from the athletics to your favorite after-school club to go do once a week, or, the music program. Now imagine how upsetting and disappointing this would be if one day your school said, "Oh, we no longer have the funds for this program, so in the next school year we will be defunding it and it will no longer be available to you." This happens most often with the music programs in school. And imagine that so maybe you don't relate to that. Imagine it this way. Imagine that you have a child who's really involved in the music program at your school, and they come home one day to you really upset because they've just been told that in the upcoming school year they will no longer be offering the music classes that your child really, really loves. What would you do as a parent? You would want to advocate for more funding for that program so your child could still enjoy that program. And surprisingly, students and parents face this problem in their schools all the time. Even like in the news, when I was sitting this evening watching the news, I saw a story where Guilford County wants to make their classroom sizes smaller, which is good, but they were not going to be able to provide more funding to pay more teachers. So of course the first program that they even considered or talked about cutting was the music education program. And this battle of should we fund the program, should we not fund the program, has been going on for years. According to the 2013 article, Building Evidence for Music Education Advocacy by Kay, Schwerner, and Johnson, this battle began in the 19th century. That's a long time ago. And many studies over the years have been done, and all these studies have shown that there's numerous benefits for having music education in our schools. And in the 2010 article, The Impact of a Funded Research Program on Music Education Policy by Hodges and Lewerson, their study showed that students who came from schools with exemplary music programs scored significantly higher in reading, in English, and mathematics than students who came from schools with a lower music education program for their students. So, if all this research has been done on all these, and the results have been that there's numerous benefits from keeping music education in our school systems, why do we continue to cut and defund these programs? Why would we want to take away that value from our child's education? And like I mentioned earlier, all 4 years of my high school career, I was a member of our high school choir, and we faced many budget issues. But choir was my favorite class because not only did I like the teacher who was the director for the choir, I also loved that we had to work hard to learn all the new music, and we worked so hard all year long, and then in the spring we would go to competition, and when we went we would perform really well because we had been pushed so hard throughout the year. And then all the hard work paid off. And in my junior and my sophomore year of high school, our choir that I was a member of was actually invited to sing in the prestigious Carnegie Hall up in New York City. And to even be invited to sing in Carnegie Hall, we had to score a superior rating at our competition. And a superior rating was a 90 to 100 rating. But due to the lack of funds, we were not able to go because the program we couldn't get the funding for it. And not only that, but it's small things too that we couldn't get funding for. About every 2 years, we would have to reuse some of the old music that we had already done because we lacked the funds to purchase new music. And when our director found new music that she wanted to purchase so we could perform it, she often had to buy less copies than we needed because we lacked the funds to purchase enough copies. So she would only be able to buy a certain amount, and you ended up sharing with the two people next to you because we simply could not afford to purchase enough music. And if we had had more funding, we would have been able to go up to New York City and sing in Carnegie Hall, and we would have been able to purchase enough music for every member of our choir to have a copy for their own. And everything for schools' music programs comes back to funding, which, as unfortunate as it is, that is the case. And since we've been doing all this research about the benefits, instead of deciding, oh, music education is not important, we should be saying, oh, music education is important, and how can we fund it? And if we continue to cut these music programs, we are taking away part of our students' education, and who knows, they could be missing out on amazing learning opportunities and life experiences that they would gain from having music knowledge. And so basically, to keep music education in our school systems, we have to advocate for it. We can't just say, oh yes, we want to keep it in our schools. We actually need to do something about it. So I urge you to contact your local representatives, send them an email, write them a letter, even start a petition saying that you want music education in our school curriculums and for it to continue to be funded, because we have now had numerous research studies done, and all of them have shown that there have been benefits for students who are a part of music education in our schools. So I urge you to contact your local representatives and make your voice heard. Thank you.